Hey, what's good, Rick? That was a really good video. I'm glad that you agree with me on a lot of the 2012 shift potential happenings that might occur. I've been having a kind of a rough week though. Like, I got in my first real car accident on Jose Arguelles' birthday, right during a Mercury conjunct Mars. Mercury square Mars transit. It says I'm more prone to burns and injuries, and I shouldn't be driving or anything in which I'm in control. And this is really the worst of it. I just got a cut right here. Just a little whiplash, a little cut on my rib, but that's about it. The other person was okay. She just hit her head, but she still decided to go to the hospital, but I didn't want to go. I was okay. Yeah, I totaled my car. Here, let me show you on my phone. I know this has nothing to do with anything. It's just like, not that it was a near death experience because I knew I was going to be okay. It's just that I didn't think it would be that bad. Yeah, man, it was on the driver's side. Bam, Houston freeways, people trying to cut over so they don't have to wait in line. So someone slams in front of their brakes in front of me, so I had to swerve out of the way. And then while applying the brakes and swerving, my car doesn't do that very well, so I skid to the side and hit the back of an Impala. Hope she was okay though, and I talked to everyone. I was okay. Got a ticket now though. But anyway, your video, very good. Just want to respond to it, get me back in the mood of things again, swing at things. Um, I I'm glad that you trust me as much as McKenna. Like he is really the only one I really trust, and this dude, Geoff Stray, who combined all that knowledge into one book, 2012 and beyond. And I'll get that book you recommended, Trip to Mean Place. I never actually finished The Invisible Landscape though, but I plan to eventually. It's just when it gets into the math, I'm not confused, but I think I was just too young when I started it. I have that Mayan green calendar too, by the way, that you pulled out, the circle. Yeah, it's definitely very interesting to look at. And I was wondering what Mayan sign you were and your exact birthday, man. Um, but if you do believe in more mechanical evolution and not like just biological, I think we can. I don't know what you mean by that, like memory chips or just strength, because the psychic potential is in our spirit, and I don't think anything metallic can help us with our psychic potential unless they, study the brains and can activate specific sections. But it's really the combination of different sections of the brain that creates, the feeling of truth and the oneness of love. Oh yeah, but the heart carries memory too, so the heart has to be incorporated with psychic abilities as well now. Um, but anyway, oh my fucking screensaver just went off. It's that trippy water thing. Um, you were saying it might be a little too simple to just plainly read thoughts. Who's doing the reading and who's doing the transcribing. Well, like in the 2012 and DMT video I did, I was saying that the deeper emotional affected beings who have the most intense experience will be more in charge of the mood of a room or a state or a world. We're going to be sharing, galaxies potentially with other life forms. Um, like Arguelles believes in the Galactic Federation with Arcturus and Antares and like all these different star systems. We're going to be aligning in 2012. Not, of course, not all star systems, but 2012 is the time when a couple of star systems will be synchronized to each other. We'll finally catch up or something. And yeah, I do believe we are already sharing thoughts. That video, and I was like, what if we shared each other's feelings? I wasn't saying what if. I was really saying, since we do now, what next, and why is 2012 so beyond? If we're already sharing thoughts, I agree. Why is 2012 more intense? Because we're not only going to share thoughts, we're going to share actual knowledge. It really isn't just intentions that we're going to share, it's actual gossip. We will hear, oh my God, like, as long as you just pick up on your own essence, and if people are thinking about your essence, you can pick up literally what they will be conversing about. And if we get to do that with aliens, it's like, well, I don't know what language they speak. So with aliens, it's potentially, only intentions. But with fellow neighbors, I do think it is literal, not just a metaphor. I know I like what you said about localizing your experience. And how do you do that with psychic thoughts? The only way to localize and become more psychic is to completely be in yourself and want this experience. I guess Nietzsche's formula, amor fati, love of fate, is how you become more of a good person. If you just love what you're given, then you will just naturally, affect your environment. Um, Every day 2012 must be thought of. Yeah, I agree that, I can't stop thinking of 2012 either. It's like Nietzsche said about inspiration. I never had any choice, in his autobiography. And the time travel thing, very relevant for 2012. I mean, if the I Ching calendar, which goes by lunar cycles, which corresponds to sunspot cycles and zodiacal, you know, eras, it definitely means something if the I Ching novelty is at zero. And it's really kind of, yes, I agree. We need new terminology. That's what I'm reading right here. Time travel won't be called that. It'll just be called astral projection. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different names for this kind of experience. I've never really had it yet. And can we interact with our past selves and stuff? Yeah, that's the best question ever. If we can just observe the past or observe the future or actually affect it. And to be able to affect it is just beyond. I don't think we can do that, or else we wouldn't come back to our present self, if we affected it. It is like Back to the Future. We'll just fade away, but I don't really know. Intentions and thoughts. Make intentions clear and go to the edge of linear time. Very awesomely said. Yes, McKenna is a prophet, for sure. I think McKenna is a prophet like Nietzsche in the sense that he knows how to imply the abyss. He knows how to help you reach your own mystery, within you. And, the greatest mystery is yourself. Oh, and that kind of reminded me. I had a dream with Emerson the other night. Like, I was literally just talking with Emerson. It was hard to make eye contact, though, so I don't think it was, like, real. It was just definitely my imagination dreaming. Um, and then I had another dream recently where I was, like, flying through a brain, kind of like What the Bleep. And it was, like, very interesting. Um, oh, yeah, pseudo. Okay. Astrology is a pseudoscience. Everyone critiques me because I trust my intuition, and I pay attention to coincidences. I appreciate that, man. Like, that's what it is. Like, the whole YouTube community, they're obsessed with technology, which equals science. I'm a technology geek, but it's weird that I want to spread, mysticism like the dude Reinach, or, Ryza 4000 or whatever the name is. It's just like, it's a chance for everyone to spread what they want. And, if there is a real prophet out there who's just waiting to be, inaugurated or write a book, what else? What other medium could he use except, the internet? It's like, ugh, such a golden age, I think. I think skeptics, they're the ones who are afraid, not the mystics. Because if anything of this, if any shit I talk about, if a fraction of it is real, like someone said of McKenna, if a fraction of what he says is real, he'd be considered the Copernicus of consciousness. Well, I think for every skeptic, if a fraction of it's real, then that it makes them powerless. And skeptics don't want to not know something. They think that knowledge is power, but knowledge is also giving up yourself to your actual external environment and not only seeing the mathematical side of something, but to see how it actually pertains to you becoming a better person. It's like a skeptic only knows science and they don't care about ethics, but that's what life is. They just need to let go. Oh, the salvia creature, by the way, I'm kind of running out of time. The salvia creature is very interesting to talk about. I thought I saw something on mushrooms once. Could have been the Sitsime, like in the DMT video I made. But, we're not the first, So the salvia, I like salvia, but it's usually just 5 seconds of just a cartoon land. I want I need time to think about shit, instead of just see shit.